Hi, I'm Sky. I read this amazing book recently. It's called The Untethered Soul, and it changed my world. And I'm really looking forward to reading it and reading it with you and telling you tips and tricks that I learned about living my life based on what I read out of this book. And I want to walk through that book with you. There's so much that I've learned, and from that, I have let everything go, and I want to live my life fearlessly. And when I say fearlessly, I mean not foolishly. I want to not second guess myself. I don't want to have all the negative things that go on through my head affect my decisions and how I'm living. But I also don't want to live foolishly. So, for example, I'm not going to go down a street in an area that I'm not familiar with and walk there late at night. That's just foolish. I want to make sensible, sky sense decisions that make sense to me and make sense to you, but at the same time, not going through the decision over and over and over again in my head. And I don't want you to either. Have you done that? Where you've decided and then in like a split second, you're like, oh, should I have done that? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Or the next day you wake up and you're in a panic because you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Why did I make that decision? I want to go back and I want to just erase it, or I want to stop it. And now you can't. So what do? You have to live with the consequences. And so those consequences, good or bad, they're here to stay. And so now I want to live with whatever those decisions are and just be free and relaxed and energized about whatever my decision was. That brings me back to The Untethered Soul. This book was just amazing to me, and I want to read it with you, and I invite you to get the book. If you're a book reader, then grab the book. If not, then you can also get it on Audible and listen to it. I listened to the book Audible while I was walking. I've never been a walker, but I've just recently started that, getting connected with nature, and I listen to my audiobooks while I'm walking, and it's been so refreshing because my brain is just stuck. It's got so much stuff like crammed into it, and I'm thinking all the time, and I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I have so much anxiety, and my anxiety brings my highs and my lows in and kicks them all over the place. And so after reading this book, I feel grounded. I feel I can make the decisions that I need to make without second guessing myself. And that doesn't mean like I haven't thought about my decision. I have thought about it, and I know, when you make a decision and it's in your gut and you knew right from the get-go that that's what you wanted to do, but then you second guessed yourself and then you pulled back and then you wanted to know like, should I have done that or shouldn't I have? When really you should have just listened to your gut. At the very end, right? You should have just listened to your gut, gone with what you believed instead of going back and forth and back and forth. And that's what this book did. This book really helped me to see how I had been living my life afraid. And we don't really put a label on that we're afraid, but there's so many decisions that we make that we actually make out of fear and out of being afraid. And I want to invite you to go with me and learn how to move forward without having all of these questions come up over and over again.